Michelle Elizabeth is Heather Mills' former publicist, okay? And she had come out and said a lot of negative things about Paul McCartney and, you know, just totally bashed him. Well, now she's coming out and saying, no, Heather Mills is a complete bitch. She totally put me up to it. She deceived me into thinking that she was a good person, and we were so close at one point, almost like sisters. And then she totally backstabbed her.
Yeah, now, it turns out Heather Mills is a money grubber. Who knew? Yeah. And Michelle Elizabeth, I'm not buying a lot of what... I'm buying what she's selling completely as far as whether it's true or not true. I think it is true.
Right.
But I'm not buying her crocodile tears. Because she helped Heather Mills do a hatchet job on Paul McCartney and everyone else, right? And then evade all the money that she owes everybody and pretended that she didn't have any money when in fact she'd already been paid £3 million by Paul McCartney, right? Now that Heather Mills has stiffed her on her bill, all of a sudden she's like, oh, it turns out Heather Mills is a bad person. Well, you don't say. Maybe you shouldn't have helped her be a bitch all that time. So I kind of feel like, you know what? You know, sad day for you. You know, you shouldn't have helped be a publicist for such a rag.
I asked myself, how did Paul McCartney go for her? Like, what did he find attractive? I mean, this is going to sound terrible, but number one, she doesn't have a leg, and number two, she's a raging bitch. Like, what made him want to marry her?
No. Look, she doesn't have a leg. I mean, I see what you're saying, but he's a good dude for getting beyond that.
No, I totally agree he's a good dude for that.
Right. And she, of course, was not a raging bitch to him in the beginning. That's why... That's part of her shtick. She's super nice to suck up to people. Remember, she was banging the other guy while McCartney was taking her on vacation? And banging him, and then she didn't even take a shower once in between. Oh, what a terrible human being, right? But I'm sure when she was with McCartney, she was an angel. So I don't begrudge McCartney that. But here's my terrible part of this. It makes me think that McCartney's a bit of an idiot.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and I feel bad saying that, but hey, dude, come on, you got to figure it out, man. I've seen women like this, and I see right through them. And not every time, and you know, everybody's human. We can make a mistake, but so many telltale signs in her. The fact, and everybody was warning him, and he fell in love with her.
Right.
You know?
No, and not only that, even after all this stuff happened, even after the divorce settlement, he wrote a love song about her.
Oh, no.
Remember?
He's a dummy. He's fundamentally weak. There, I said it. You can't put it all on the woman here in this case. Yes, she's terrible, right? But it takes two to tango.
Definitely.
Even if one is just missing a leg. And in this case, it's almost always a weak man, and in this case it's also the case that he falls for this absolute, you know, ridiculous shtick, and then he gets hammered for it. Now, partly you think, well, you had it coming for being such a dummy. But, you know, but he's a good guy, and you feel bad for him, you know. All good guys aren't geniuses. Although, what would be great is if somebody, Heather Mills, you know, some guy was like, oh, yeah, I'm totally into you. I love that stomp. Yeah, make it happen for me. And boom, stole her money. You know what? I'm looking for that guy. Are you that guy? Are you good enough to be that guy? You know what? If I was that guy, I'd steal some of McCartney's money back, take 50%, and then give, like, some amount, 10, 20% back to McCartney. I'd be like, you know what? You got rooked. And you know, if I got $25 million from Heather Mills, I'd be like, hey, dude, here's a couple of mil. Just on the principle of it. I think it could be done. I mean, it's a dangerous, dangerous road to go down, right? Because you're with Heather Mills, and if it doesn't work out, what have you done? Right? You've soiled yourself forever, right? But I would love to see it happen, so just a word to the wise.